The wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth, but if her husband be dead, she is at liberty to be married to whom she will, only in the Lord. 1 Corinthians 7:39. The words, "The wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth," speak not of a dusty statute upon tables of stone, but of that inner law of your own imagining. As long as you conceive him alive in your mind, you remain yoked to that condition. Yet, if her husband be dead, she is at liberty to be married to whom she will. That death is in the realm of your own inner world. In imagination you can slay that which no longer serves your joy. Once you have mentally laid the old form in the tomb, you stand free to call forth the new beloved. But notice, only in the Lord. The Lord here is the power of your own Christ life, your loving, creative imagining. Do not stray into doubt or worldly clutching, for then the old pattern still lives. You must crucify the past in the quiet of your own faith. Trust that what you desire is already a seed in your inner garden, and let no trembling hindclaw hold you back. Thus the widow of imagination need not grope for some outward sanction. She must only realize that her real husband or her new spouse dwells already within Christ. In that silent chamber of the heart, where hope becomes vision, she calls him by name. Faith is nothing more than the subjective appropriation of this objective hope. Dare to assume the state of release, see the old form decayed, and feel the new companionship quickened into being. Therein lies your freedom. Once the inner husband is dead, and your desire reborn in the Lord's imagining, no power can bind you. You walk on the water of life, supported by the invisible stone of faith, and you marry what you will. Bound by the law as long as her husband liveth, describes a state of identification with an old self-concept or condition. The husband is the present belief that holds our attention and shapes our experiences. As long as we cling to that belief, the husband living, we remain bound by its law, its habitual thinking, emotional patterns, and self-image. When that belief is allowed to die, the field of consciousness opens. As you begin this journey, you first awaken to the need for releasing the old self, gently allowing any limiting identity to pass away from your consciousness. With that space now open, you turn inward to the infinite realm of your imagination, the divine ground of being, and there you choose to unite with a fresh, expansive concept. This sacred reunion takes place in the Lord, which here signifies your own Christ imagination, the eternal sea of possibilities. In that moment, when you let go of outer forms and pledge yourself inwardly to the new state you have envisioned, creation naturally unfolds. This scripture reveals that you alone hold the power to dissolve any limiting reality and replace it only by inner fidelity to your divine imagination. You are both the mourner for the old self and the celebrant of the new. The moment you willingly widow the former belief, you stand free to wed any ideal form your imagination can conceive. Begin by identifying what Neville calls the husband, that present belief or condition that disappoints or confines you. Once you have named this limiting story, hold an inner ritual of release by mentally laying that belief to rest in its tomb and refusing to replay its old narratives. Immediately turn your attention inward in the Lord's presence and dwell fully on the new state as already fulfilled. See yourself living the truth of that promise. From there, maintain this inner marriage by returning often to your mental scene, feeling its reality and vibrant presence. As you do, look only for outer confirmations of your new condition and consciously neglect any summons from the old husband. In this way, Paul's brief marital metaphor unfolds into a precise recipe for personal resurrection, casting off limitation and embracing rebirth in the limitless. You are the bride creative, empowered to choose your eternal mate within the realm of imagination.